Children go when women producing, one goes stealing. Everybody got to make a living. Don't be fooled by the rocks that I got. I'm still Jenny from the block. Used to have a lit, now have a lot. No matter where we're going, know where I came from. Southside Bronx. So, January. Okay, so January was not a good reading month for me. At least, not to begin with. I started off great. I started off well. He said, she said. I started it on the 1st. I actually think I started it on the 31st of December. Didn't get very far. I started on the 1st and it kind of took me until about the 8th. It took me about a week to get through it. It had a very slow start. I did a review on it. I'll link it down below. It had a bit of a slow start, but the ending was my favourite. I love this book. I love it. I loved it. I only gave it 4 out of 5, I think. I think I gave 4 out of 5 for the ending alone because it was everything I needed. This is a good book by Erin Kelly. In the hushed aftermath of a total eclipse, Laura witnesses a brutal attack. I love when the main character has my name. She and her boyfriend Kit call the police, and in that moment 4 lives change forever. 15 years on, Laura and Kit live in fear, and while Laura knows she was right to speak out, she also knows that you can never see the whole picture. Something is always hidden, something she never could have guessed. Dun dun dun. 4 out of 5 for this book. It was good and I enjoyed it. So because I was doing really badly at the beginning of January and time was slipping from me, and I decided to do my first 24-hour readathon. I will leave it down below as well. And in it I read the Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, book 3, The Trees and the Isengard. I read this in a day. There was only like 100 and something pages, but it took me a while. It took me the whole day to get this book read. And the worst thing is, it's only part 1. Here's part 2 for The Two Towers. It's even thinner. So I read this in a day, which I was so pleased by. So that was good, and I really enjoyed it. Then I started The Two Towers book 4, which is part 2 of The Two Towers, because my awkward set. I started it basically the next day, because I thought, you know what, I'm gonna just read, seeing as like really these books are like, it's basically one book, but they're 2. I thought I'm just gonna read them one after the other. So I read so much of this, and then I was about halfway through it, or this one's all about Frodo and Sam in The Two Towers. Frodo, Sam and Gollum. Whereas this one follows Merry and Pippin and Aragorn, Legolas and Gimli. So that storyline is all in there. Frodo and Sam and I guess Gollum, Smeagol, are all in this one. So that was good, and it took me a wee while to get through this one, but it took me 20 days. It took me 20 days to read this and this. The Chronicles of Narnia, The Magician's Nephew. I recently just got the set, this little cute set. I'd never read any of the books before. I didn't even know about this one. This is only 170 pages and it's got like some pictures throughout. Where's the there's some animals. I started this on the same day as my 24-hour readathon because I thought maybe I could fly through this, but oh no. I got halfway into it. So for 20 days, I did not read at all. What did I do in those 20 days? I don't know. My 24-hour readathon was on the 8th of January, and that was fine because I read this and I got halfway through this. And then the very next day, I carried on reading some more of this, and I started reading this, and by the 28th of January, I hadn't picked them back up. I hadn't read anything because I decided not to start anything new because I had not finished these. I don't like having more than one book on the go, but because I know the story of this, I figured I could start this. So I thought, I want to get these both finished. So on the 28th of January, I sat down, I finished this because I only had about 30 pages to go, and I finished this. And it was really cute, and I actually really enjoyed it. It was very good. I liked it. So that's, yeah, Lord of the Rings and that. Those are my dabbles in fantasy this month. On Thursday I started Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn. I just got this book recently and I was so excited to read it, and I was not disappointed. It was such a good book. I really enjoyed the characters, I enjoyed the mystery, I enjoyed the ending. The ending. Woohoo! These endings lately have been getting so good from the books I've been reading. I liked it. I liked it a lot. It was good. It was a good book. Add that to my little pile. The Magician's Nephew looks so silly because it's so mature. And then finally, my last book that I finished just in time to be included on my January wrap-up was One of Us Is Next by Karen M. Manus. This is a continuation of One of Us is Lying, which I also have and I read last year. This book just came out in January and I highly recommend it. I wouldn't say that you have to read One of Us is Lying. It is a sequel, but the characters are relatively new. A lot of the older characters do make an appearance, but it kind of briefly glosses over what happened in the last book. To be honest, I didn't really remember a lot of the last book. I remember most of it, but it was very good and I very, very much enjoyed it. Another year, another drama, a whole new set of rules. Bayview High is just about recovered from the death of Gossip King Simon Keller a year ago. Now there's a new copycat in town who isn't ready to forget him just yet. A school-wide game of truth or dare seems fun, right? But this game is lethal. Choosing the truth may reveal your darkest secrets. Accepting the dare could be dangerous, even fatal. The teenagers of Bayview must work together once again to find the culprit before it's too late. This was actually a really good book and I did enjoy. There were a few kind of like tense moments, a few kind of, not plot twists, but a few kind of surprising moments. And I really liked the characters. I liked everything about it. It was good. It was a good book. Probably, I think I gave 5 out of 5, maybe 4 out of 5. I'm a bit undecided. It's one of those books where like it's quite simple and the writing style is quite good. I was kind of, the only thing that kind of bothered me was the fact that all the kids all kind of coupled up in the end, and I thought, here we go. So far, like with these books, Sharp Objects, and I've got these all the wrong way around. I have to be honest, like He Said She Said, well that was obviously a bit of a thriller, but like Sharp Objects threw in a little bit of romance, a little bit of sexuality, not sexuality but sex, and I enjoyed it. Same with One of Us is Lying. All the kind of the little romance, all the romance that was happening in these books were good. I actually enjoyed them and I felt it was done well for a change, instead of me hating it. But it didn't take over and it was done well. It was done as I feel romance should be done in thrillers and mysteries. It was good. I enjoyed it. So these are my, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only 6. I think I read 8 books last month, but I would have read a lot more had I actually been reading during like mid-January, but I don't even know what I was doing, to be perfectly honest. So, but yeah, so a little life update from me, in case you haven't heard the good news. I passed my driving test the other day. Woohoo! I was absolutely bricking it. I was so scared and I was shaking a lot, my legs were shaking, but everything went well. I think I got 4 minors, which you're allowed a maximum of 15, so that was okay. But I'm so pleased. I'm actually so happy. But I'm actually so sad as well because like I'd been doing lessons from about June and I was doing them fortnightly. So every fortnight I would go out with my instructor and I was just really scared to go for my test. I postponed doing my theory for a while and then I think I did my theory way back in October, and then the waiting list for doing your test was quite a while. So when I went to look at it in November and I could only get January, the end of January as well, so I thought that's fine, I'll just book it. But I'd put it off for a while because I was always so nervous in the car and I was just worried that the day of my test would come and I wasn't fully prepared, but I was in the end, so I passed. Yay! But yeah, so this is just a quick January wrap up. I feel like I don't really need to go into depth with all these books. Some of them I've already done a review for He Said She Said. Stuff like Lord of the Rings and Narnia doesn't really need a review. I might review these last 2, but I'm undecided at the moment. But yeah, so this is my January wrap up of what I read, and hopefully I'll maybe double it in February. That would be nice, wouldn't it? But yeah, so thank you so much for watching and I shall see you in my next video. Bye guys.